People always ask me, what heroes should I play? Should I play the meta heroes? The answer is if you want. It honestly does not matter that much. There's another thing that matters a lot more, and what I'm about to say applies to every role and every MMR. It's responsible for a lot of my personal MMR gain and my coaching students' MMR too. What actually matters is the size of your hero pool. If you limit your hero pool, you will play better Dota. And I usually recommend 3 heroes for your main role and 1, maybe 2 heroes per fill role. And you only stick to these heroes. This is the system. Your match history should be only those few heroes with not a single exception. And every letter patch, you can rotate the pool. I also want to give this caveat before I continue. So I get that playing the same few heroes can get boring for some people. If you're optimizing for fun, then power to you. But if you're trying to print MMR and optimize for improvement, then you should definitely, without a single doubt, follow this system. And the main reason this works is that when you limit your hero pool, you start to master these heroes. And what do I mean by that? You learn the ins and outs of their identity. You don't have to think about the skill build, the item build, or spell casting on the heroes much. So you have room mentally to think about the actual Dota game. So where you should be playing on the map, how you need to play the team fights, taking Roche, the order of objectives, all of that gold that you're not thinking about if you're thinking about item build, skill build, spell casting, basic things. And learning those things is no small feat. It takes time. You have to do your research, do your due diligence. And there's actually a level to this where it doesn't matter what hero you pick, because if you can get past a certain point on that hero and your mind is free to start thinking about the macro of Dota, it will make you a better Dota player as a whole. So it will improve when you start to learn another hero because you will just be a better Dota player. And people are gimping themselves when they jump around from hero to hero. They're really limiting how much they can learn the macro of Dota. So hero mastery matters way more than what heroes you play. You can have 60+% win rates on bad heroes. And this is part of the reason I love Dota so much. There's so much room to really carve out your niche as a player. And sometimes my pool includes meta heroes, sometimes not. It just depends on what I want to play. So that's also really important. For me personally, playing what I want to play has led me to playing better. I mean, recently playing meta has been really fun for me because it just gives structure to it and it keeps the game fresh. And I will say, if you play meta, it's just easier to win more. And it's a psychological boost for your team when you pick a meta hero, and that is pretty relevant. There's also a compounding effect here where playing meta encourages you to always be changing your heroes when a new patch drops. So I've been doing that for a few years now, and so I can play a lot of heroes in general, or I have like quote unquote mastered. I don't like to use that word because I think that you never really master a hero in Dota. I've gone through a phase, I'll say, with a lot of heroes, and I've noticed that it's much easier for me to play against heroes that I've already been through a phase with because I know their weaknesses extremely well without having to think about it. And there's also this like last trump pick factor where, for example, even though Terrorblade is not in my hero pool right now, I went through a phase a few years ago where I was spamming him. And now if there's a perfect Terrorblade game, I can last pick it and it will be an easy win. And this just makes me a much scarier player because I have these pocket picks. I feel like a lot of people think they're above hero mastery and that they can just play a bunch of different heroes and still play their best. I think this is delusionally cocky, or there's a lot of ego involved here, and you're not respecting the game enough because this is relevant even in pro, right? This affects everybody. A lot of pros just will not play certain heroes just because they're not comfortable on it. Nobody's above this. The heroes in Dota are just too complex and too unique. Tell me in the comments what hero you want to master, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and or subscribe while you're at it. Also, if you want help deciding what hero is right for you, and if you want to also improve faster, I do private coaching, and I had some slots open up at the beginning of this month, so the link for that is in the description if it interests you.